Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Brent Hollers, and I am here with your January STEM program parent update. So, the first thing that we're going to talk about is just the agenda for tonight. We have a few different things that I want to talk through with you, and you see there we're going to start out with classroom, then move on to service extracurriculars, our Notre Dame STEM Summit that we attended, the updated vision that we generated from that, an update on our accreditation process, and finally a reminder about our parent survey. So in the classroom, in elementary, pre-K, and kindergarten, did a doghouse design. If you're not familiar with Sunny, the robot bobcat, that's our not only our mascot but a programmable tool. Our students learned a little bit about him and then learned how to measure him, use shapes to put those shapes together to design and build a doghouse. And they then got to decorate the one you see here for Sunny to have a home. Both pre-K and kindergarten did that. One of the other things you'll notice too with much of our elementary is that not only are they doing their weekly STEM projects, but Ms. Murphy is also pushing in more frequently with them. She has a set schedule that she's going in and working with those students to reinforce the science math concepts that they need to be learning. And we also saw that the fifth grade did some various design challenges, one of which was a storage organizer, a tote for all their supplies. And the middle school, they're starting their roller coaster projects in their science class with Dr. Duxbury. They are designing a chicken coop feeder. So right now, we feed the chickens manually. They're designing an automated feeder that they're going to 3D print and then put in place in the coop. And they're also starting to look at the aquaponics system and how they can contribute to the various components and information related to that. Some of the grades have been picking out fish. Some of them have been looking at the plants that we might grow. Some are designing the feeding system for them and the various components of the system. The high school has also been working pretty diligently on the aquaponics system design. We're at a point now where we have kind of revamped our greenhouse and have moved our tub into the greenhouse. So we're making progress in that area, and hopefully very soon we'll have a functioning system. So we're very excited about that. I'll talk about the service opportunity related to that a little bit later. Also, our high school students have been taking a few field trips. They went to Mercer University where they met with the prostheses program that they have there. They provide both arm and leg prostheses as well as orthotics to individuals in Vietnam who have stepped on landmines and lost limbs. They fit over 1,000 people with prosthetics each year when they travel to Vietnam in the summer. And so we're going to be partnering with them to help develop and provide a more robust prostheses for those individuals in need in Vietnam. They also took a field trip to Aloe Farms to learn a little bit more about our aquaponics system and how to best design it. They have another field trip coming up in March where they'll be traveling to the Kia plant in Dallas, Georgia, to learn a little bit more about how automotive manufacturing occurs. In the service area of our school, we've had a number of different service opportunities. Our aquaponics and chicken coop builds, we have one on Wednesday, January 31st, where they'll be cleaning up things, adding a few things. We'll have our chicken cameras fully installed. Hopefully, we'll have chicken cam coming soon live to you. And then February 10th is going to be a really big day. It's a aquaponics and chicken coop build day. We've already asked that the track team and the tennis team be involved in that, but of course, everyone is welcome to attend. It's going to be from 9 to 3 at the school. Lunch will be provided. Both of these do count for service hours, so a student can knock out the bulk of their service hours by going to these two activities. If a student has never participated in either of these activities before, they are welcome to do so. They just need to make sure they get the parent permission form from me in the Center for Innovation and get that signed and returned. All that just talks about is safety, power tool use, those kinds of things, making sure we're in a safe environment at all times. One of the things that's really cool is that we have an Interact club here at the school, and Interact is tied into Rotary, which is a service organization. And our middle and high school Interact students got to attend a Rotary meeting where they learned about a Ghana well drilling project. They were very, very touched by what was going on in Ghana and the need for fresh water. And so we have started looking into how we could partner with them to provide sinks, toilets, and drill wells. And so we'll have more updates on that as the semester progresses. Our prosthetics program, I mentioned that we went to Mercer to learn a little bit more about what they're doing and hopefully help design and build some more robust prosthetics. We've expanded to assistive devices, so if you are someone who knows someone who needs assistive devices and or prosthetics, things like pencil grip holders, any of those kind of things. If someone has physical limitations where they're visiting occupational therapy or any of those types of things, then we'd love to help provide them things that they would be interested in. If they just email stem@smaschool.org, then we will provide whatever assistive devices that they need. Right now, we're working with a number of different OTs or occupational therapists in the Fayetteville, Newnan, and South Fulton area to provide them some basic tools to see what they like, and then we're going to start ramping up production of those as well. We have established that the meetings for that are going to be Fridays from 3 to 4, and again, each of those meetings is a service hour that your students attend, plus whatever time they're using to create and build prints and manage the projects. We do have a need for students who are interested in helping with 3D printing and laser cutting for general purpose for the schools and for the classes. So if your student's interested and just learning how to 3D print and laser cut things, they can come see me. I'll set up a time to train them, and then we actually have a running queue of things that we need to get made. We also hosted our first robotics competition for our FLL team. So our high schoolers did an amazing job doing the bulk of the work in terms of refereeing, judging, running concessions, logistics. They did a fantastic job. The reviews of the tournament were outstanding. The coaches really, really enjoyed it. It ran really, really smoothly. Our team even won an award, which I'll talk about in a minute. But the students did a fantastic job with that. We were so excited to be able to host that for them. Our high schoolers were able to help provide valuable feedback. And again, I got a number of very nice comments from the parents on how well behaved our students were, how valuable they were in that process. So they did a great job. They were super excited about that. In terms of extracurriculars, here's a picture of that tournament. Our FLL team competed at their regional tournament here at St. Mary's Academy with a number of other teams. They did win a Most Improved award for this has only been their second year. They had scored almost quadruple the points that they scored in the previous year. So fantastic job of what they did. They were very proud of what they put together and what they were able to accomplish. All the robotics programs have completed at this point. We'll be picking those back up in the fall semester. So if your students are interested in that, pre-K through 12, there's a spot for them to be involved in that. Our FTC team also finished their season just this past weekend. And they finished 12th out of 28 teams there. Last year they finished 21st, and they eclipsed the most points they'd ever scored. They outscored a number of very strong programs, including Blessed Trinity, Wheeler, Walton. They did very, very good. We're very proud of them. And we also have a Dean's List semifinalist, Zachi, who will be competing for the state semifinalist position. So we're very excited about that. That's a award for the best all-around student who demonstrates the values of FIRST Robotics. And so we're very excited for her. We also, for the first year ever, did a drone competition. We had an elementary and a middle school drone competition between us and a number of other schools put on by GISA. If you're not familiar with GISA, it's the Georgia Independent School Association, and they do a number of different state level competitions. Like I said, we had two teams. We had elementary and a middle school. Our elementary team actually won runner-up in their first ever drone competition. They practiced hard for a number of weeks getting ready for it. It was really, really cool to see what they're able to do. And what we're excited about is that next year it opens up for grades 3 through 12, and there's both a independent flying part as well as a coding part. So if a student wants to actually fly it more like a game, that was kind of what the competition was this year. But next year they'll also include coding, which is pretty cool too. So very excited about expanding that program. And a special thank you to Mr. Londano, our facilities manager, and Dr. Ashmore for attending that competition and helping our students be successful in that. Another big thing that occurred in January was the Notre Dame Rise Summit. If you're familiar with the fact that we are a Notre Dame STEM Fellows program, we are in our second year of that program. And one of the first things that we do is about the middle of the year, we go to what is called their Rise Summit. It was in Scottsdale, Arizona. We flew out on Thursday, got back out Sunday over the Martin Luther King weekend, and we did a 3-day intensive training. And when I say intensive, it was very tiring, but very, very good. We went over a number of different things. One of the neat things about this program is that each of the 5 members of the cohort are actually assigned a coach, and we record some of our lessons, talk about how we can improve those, how we can integrate the concepts we're learning in this program. So we did some of that. We learned a lot about technology integration and how technology integration can improve lessons in STEM. We also started building a blueprint for our STEM program at our school. Now we have a 5-year plan, some of those things, but it's been very interesting to kind of go back and review those things. As a part of that, we also reviewed our vision statement and came up with one that we think much more demonstrates what we're trying to accomplish with our STEM program. I'll talk to you about that in just a second. And we also started developing a stakeholder survey, which you'll start seeing come out very soon. And we're really excited in the summer for another 2-week intensive at Notre Dame in Indiana, where we will be learning even more about how to build successful STEM programs in the school. So very, very exciting. This picture will shows you the entire cohort plus all the coaches that are there working with us. So as a part of that program, we actually recrafted our STEM vision. And one of the things that we really felt was important that we focus on students, focus on the Catholic values, especially with God-given talents, gifts, and inquisitiveness. And so we came up with this new STEM vision, which is creating a community of learners through STEM education who use their God-given talents, gifts, and inquisitiveness to magnify individual lives in the world. So that kind of global impact, Catholic means global, and so that's one of the things that we really wanted to emphasize there. We're very excited about that new vision because we feel that it will help us guide the direction of the program and make our students better overall. The next thing that we're looking at is accreditation. So that's coming up very soon. Our actual STEM committee, which is made up of 8 members, have been working very diligently on documenting everything that's going on in our STEM program. It's actually been very useful just from understanding what we're doing, understanding where we can improve, getting some ideas of things that we can start doing. So, a matter of fact, we're going to be doing a STEM showcase in March, which we're very excited about, and that came out of this accreditation process. Our goal really was just to learn more about our program, to understand where we can improve, where we can do better. And the value is that not only is it something that's helping us improve, but it's also something that is going to help our students and our parents understand that we are a STEM school, that we are driving that STEM focus, and that we have a process behind that. Our accreditation visit is February 14th. It's Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday. Where our accrediting person will be coming through, visiting some classrooms, getting a tour, all those kind of things. We're excited to have him there to look at our program, and then hopefully sometime in the next month or so after that, we will know whether or not we did achieve Cognia STEM certification. If that name sounds familiar, Cognia, that's because it's also the accrediting body that does our school accreditation, and they'll be coming the day before. So a lot of accrediting going on, but we're very excited and hopeful that we will get that accreditation. I mentioned the Notre Dame Rise Summit that we started developing a parent survey. You will see that coming very soon, likely at the end of February, in your Thursday folders. Please, 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 I know we have surveyed you quite a bit recently. This is really going to help us understand what you believe and understand about STEM, the value you think it holds to your students, and where we can take our program next. So it's your opportunity to help drive the program in the direction that you would like to see it go. So please, when you see that come in your Thursday folder, take a minute. It's only a few questions. It won't be long, I promise. So please make sure you do that. We greatly appreciate it. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at stem@smaschool.org. We'd love to help you out. And as always, we're also always looking for volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering in any component of our program, whether it's service, whether it's coaching, whether it's just coming in and helping out with lessons or activities, we'd love to have you. So please feel free to reach out. Thank you and have a great rest of the month.